Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Reflecting in it is going on around the world and the constant battling in the world and among us as human beings, and what's going on and why so many disruption and misunderstanding between humans and between the people that we love too. And I thinking about it and coming to this and to comparing, the the battling between good and evil and the deceitful spirit. And what is our deceitful spirit? This is where we're having your deceitful spirit is fighting against the truthful spirit. What does that mean? It means that the call of who you are, your character, your integrity is your authenticity. When you have a truthful spirit, your character again and your integrity is your authenticity, having a genuine intention for people and sincere compassion. That does it means we are perfect because no one is perfect. We all have flaws. What it means you have a heart posture and is leaning to God's nature, who He placed in all of us. God placed His nature in our heart. When someone have a deceitful spirit, is a spiritual condition of the heart. It means that the heart posture is far away from the truth, which it means is far away from God's nature. In John 8:44 said, "Ye are of the father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and above not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speak a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it." When Jesus said this in John 8:44, he said, "You are of the father, the devil." He's not just talking of telling lies about the lies. Jesus say the devil is the father of all lies. He means every form or every method of lying. A sample of that is manipulation, hypocrisy, twisting words, gaslighting, accusing people of things that they have not done, refusing to take in accountability, having hidden intentions. When somebody have the spirit of deceptions online is aligning with the spirit of the devil. They are reflecting his nature. That's why he is able to use them as his vessel. They are under the devil's authority. When you have a truthful heart posture and a high calling in your life, and you are born in a bloodline to break generational strongholds and patterns, you are going to face a lot of spiritual resistance in your life from those whose heart posture is deceitful. Within if it's in your family, friendship, romantic relationship, and even in your workplace, sometimes you find this spirit. What happened is that your spiritual is misaligned with these people. That way, for some of us who were born in a toxic family, you were always rejected when everyone else is in denial or accepting you refusing to conform to it. Your spiritual resistance, the deceptions as the truth teller, they treat you bad. They push you to the side. Why? because you're not giving through the illusion of false peace that they try to keep up for appearance, not just in family, also in relationships, in toxic relationships. When you speak the truth, they feel like you're attacking them. That way, they get so defensive. You say something that is true and you're not aligning with the deceptive spirit, they get very defensive. They attack you. They even call you names. They call you crazy and understandable. They call you, they're you losing it. They prefer you to bend and justify their lies to recognize the truth. They will spread false narrative about you, killing your character and turn people against you to change their ways, to change people to their ways. When they even gang up on you, and when they defend and when they defer and they even defer and side with each other, it's not because you are wrong. What happening is the spirit inside of them are cooperating with each other and influencing them up to get against you. They are thinking, they are thinking there is their own thought, but there is not. This in this way, these people don't like these people don't like you. For what? For no reason. And they don't even know the reason why they don't like you. What they are so irritated by you or your presence. But the Bible taught us about this in Ephesians 6:12. If we're going to Ephesians 6:12, King James Version say, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulings of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." The Bible taught us that we're not wrestling against people, flesh and flesh. This is a spiritual battle. We are no battling each other against each other, flesh and blood. This is the devil. The devil is behind in all the warfare that we're going through. Some of you have been attacked in childhood because he was trying to create strongholds and trauma and confusion at the early age. He wanted to make you bitter. He wanted your heart to become angry and hard and resentful and angry. In that way, you will bend away from God's nature. His plan was to paralyze your truth and suppress your spirit, because if you are oppressed spiritually, then he can get your mind. And once he has your mind, he can destroy your identity. And when your identity is destroyed, then you are not really able to walk in your calling, what God called you, what you're here for. Why? Because you don't even know who you are. If he destroy your identity, then you will know who you are and what you are called for. Your calling flows from who you are, from who you really are. Your identity is your foundation of your calling. Proverbs 4:23 said, let me look over here. It said, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. And the King James Version of Proverbs 4:23 said, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. So you see, we have to keep our heart, our mind grounded in God's and in God's words. In ancient Hebrew, your mind means your heart, your will, your emotions, in your inner being. Why? Because everything starts in your mind. That's why the enemy attack your mind. If you see, we are laying down, watching a movie, having fun, and always something, most of the things that come in our mind that the devils attack us, if our past trauma, past relationship, if we had a problem with a neighbor, a friend, it never resolves to something good or how to resolve it in a good way. Always just throwing those darts in order to hit your heart and your mind become trouble. Stand referencing back to the problem when God said, lay down at my feet and he will take care of it. That's the way that the devil attack us. That's the way that the enemy use what all the spiritual beings do against us, because we don't wrestle between flesh and blood. Remember, this is a spiritual battle. So, brothers and sisters, I insist, keep your mind occupied by worshiping God, praying, always in constant communication and relationship with God. We need our God. We need Him in a daily basis. We need to be in constant communication with Him, asking Him to guide our mind, heart, and soul. Sorry. I pray that the Father protect your mind, heart, and soul, and that you put the armor of God, which we found in Ephesians 6:10. Please look for it. Put the armor of God daily, and put the protection of the armor of God daily to your families and kids. If God asks us to dress out or put the armor of God in the Bible, and because we are in a continually battling, brothers and sisters. If we are in a continual battling, we have to be ready and we have to be armed by the word of God. I encourage you, brothers and sisters, when somebody does something to you, hurt you, pray for them. Pray for them, because you are being a vessel from Satan and from his dark kingdom. Pray for them and forgive them and give everything to God's hands. And always don't see the person, see what is behind that person and what is controlling that person at the moment. I'm sorry that I'm moving the camera around, but the glare of the computer is hitting my glasses. Brothers and sisters, I encourage you, remember, above all is love. Above all is love. And believe me, I know how much you hurt, being hurt by the people surrounding you that are supposed to be protecting you and loving you, but it's being used by the dark kingdom. Just forgive them, release that, put it at Jesus God's feet, and allow Him to take danger. Allow Him to deal with that. Don't do it. Just walk away, give it to God, and forgive, because that's the only way to work through this word with joy, clarity, and love. Forgiving. Why? Forgiving and loving. Why? Because God forgave us and He loved us first. I love you, brothers and sisters, but God loves you more. Have a blessed day. Bye.